It's early 4 o'clock in the morning and we stopped on the side of the road.
Alright, so Vietnam.
Boy, Vietnam.
Vietnam stressed when I tell you, okay?
Vietnam was a roller coaster of emotions. It brought us to the highest of highs, to the lowest of lows. We got it this trip. Hey XYZ fam!
Hey, XYZ fam, first day in Vietnam.
So we'll show you guys what our room looks like because it's really nice. But we're actually just trying to figure out the place. We didn't get to change any money at all at the money changers because they were all closed when we got in last night.
One thing about them people here, they go to their bed.
So we kind of stuck because our card for some reason not working on Grab. And we don't have no money to pay for anything.
Yep.
So we're kind of just walking and hoping that we buck up on a money changer. Yep. So we can actually get some Vietnamese dong. Guys, can you believe that everything here is for like hundreds of thousands of dong? Last night, I found a nice lady who was willing to take my US dollars. She took $2 US and said I can spend up to 40,000 dong.
So Vietnam never started out like we expected it to.
Not at all.
From the unsmiling faces at the airport and it was such hustle and bustle, like, why are you here? Why do you come to our country? Can you leave? That's how I felt at the airport.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we were coming from Malaysia where everybody was nice and warm.
Yeah.
And then from Philippines just prior to that where the sweetest people live. So Vietnam really shocked us.
Yeah, we had also culture shock with the way people were, and the food was not up our alley. I mean, it's their food. We never really liked it.
Authentic Vietnamese experience we want, authentic Vietnamese experience we get.
What's the kind of always say?
Guys, you want to see the frog them. The frog them just start look for me.
And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that we were in a beautiful coastal city called Nha Trang in the central part of Vietnam. Because it was a coastal city, they served a lot of seafood, and we don't eat a lot of seafood. So it wasn't really a them fault, it was more of a, it's just not
our speed,
palate.
yeah. Just not our speed. Our palate or dietary inclusions.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's way too early.
You already know it is early and Xaundre is not up yet, but we are going to one of his favorite places ever, out to the sea. And you already know that we have to accomplish that one obstacle of making sure that Zara does not freak out. Anyways, I now have an excuse to wear my glasses and Xaundre can't be a hater. Anyways, if you're interested in this type of content, we have to run because them Vietnam people, them we left with. Come along with us. When we have these trips, we stay in our study like for a week, and then we'll have a day trip that brings us to multiple places, but that usually works for us.
Most people don't travel like that. Most people, when you go to travel, there's no work. It's just travel and just bare excitement all day, every day. And I mean, if you're on vacation, then that works. Which is why when people say if we're still on vacation,
I cringe.
We're not on vacation.
We're traveling.
We're traveling.
We're not
it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. And then we went out on a boat, went out to sea. I was just like, yes, we're going to probably find a remote reef somewhere.
And then boom!
Free dive, but...
You must wear the life jacket, yes, for safe.
Not impressed.
Not at all.
Meanwhile, I like it. They look safe.
We kind of just went on the side of a...
Zon, we did it in a big blue sea.
It was like 10 feet from the side of a big rock formation, like part of an island.
Because they're very touristy things, so they wanted to make sure that people felt safe, and I appreciate it. So then you had Xaundre's face, and then you had my face, because I'm still bit afraid. So my fear of boats, we conquered that. My fear of going out in the sea, we conquered that. My fear of the deep, of the sea, or the ocean, we have not conquered that, okay? So we just have a little like a breakdown because
She just had a little breakdown when she went in and looked down and realized that the water was not like 2 feet deep, it was more like 20 feet deep. So yeah, she not okay.
it's gonna take a while.
We're taking our time with her.
Yeah.
Taking her time.
Thank you for your patience.
You're welcome. You know, she's doing well. I'll show you guys what under there looks like. I can understand why she's a little bit, you know, antsy. How are you feeling?
Fulfilled. Guys, I have degrees. You know, I married a handsome husband. I have a good job. I've made money in the past. Well, I've not know, obviously, all that God. I'm not a trip here. But I've had so many big accomplishments in my life. You know? But this one right here, chef's kiss.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go on and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. Shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws.
You see, when you've lived your entire life with a fear, like I'm not just a fear. I'm not just afraid of like water or anything. I'm afraid of deep water, like it's almost
like
toxic.
deathly afraid.
Like deathly afraid, right? To the extent where I wouldn't even go out on a kayak. Let me talk about that still in the object lesson, right? Object lesson from all of this. Other than the whole fear thing, is that it takes time and life goes in stages. Don't make nobody rush you. Don't make nobody push you to go quicker than you want. However, you should still be moving.
Yeah.
You get me? Go at a pace that's comfortable to you, but still move. Still move. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm afraid I'm not gonna ever do it." But don't make nobody rush you on your journey. And this journey called life, we all have different roads. Because a long time I feel bad, a long time I want to overcome this, but I never met nobody, aka never met Xaundre pressure me. Nah, making pressure.
What if it wasn't for my pressure, you wouldn't be here though? Talk true.
True. But I still moved at my own pace.
But at least you were moving.
But at least
guys,
I was moving.
she came out of the boat a while ago, and her mask was like flooding, meaning the mask, as in that you put on your face, was like actively flooding. And I kept on trying to get her to realize that the mask is not fitting her properly, so she should take my mask instead. But no, she never wanted to cave. She feel like she'd be
I did feel
a big
like
wuss because she had to come back in the boat at one point and everybody else was outside.
Yeah.
And you know, and then she did it. She put on my mask, which was a flooding, and then look at her now. She's a whole Snorkeling Zara.
Look at me now. Look at me.
You know how to use the car? Yes. Yes. That's the way. Yes. Good. Lovely. Slow. Yes, good.
Good job.
Thank you.
I don't know what they just did.
No idea.
How do you feel? Do you feel like a thrill of adrenaline?
I enjoyed it. Well, it was a terrible idea because now they get me wanting to learn how to sail boats. So, can we get a boat?
Xaundre want everything so far. He want everywhere we go. If him say he want the point and picking him from Cambodia. We can't adopt the kids from Cambodia,
It's
guys.
not a possibility.
It's not a thing. But and that has to do with like their laws and their regulations. But by the way, we have to publicly thank XYZ fam.
Yeah.
XYZ fam has shown up and shown out, contributing to our 200 kids in Cambodia.
Yeah.
It's not over yet because we haven't sent over the money yet. We're trying to get it to, you know, a little bit more substantial so that we can send it over.
You may send over some money and think it's not a lot,
Yeah,
but when
it
10
adds
people
up.
send over that amount, you realize it starts
so
adding
we're
up.
so
we're really
grateful.
grateful.
Then now, story come to bump.
Oh boy.
Because we're on this trip, and when we're going to go on the trip, they told us to talk about what we want to eat on the trip. So these trips, these day trips, they normally include food.
Somewhere out there.
Floating restaurants are actually very popular in Southeast Asia. It's a
Yeah.
thing where they have like fish farms. We saw one in Malaysia, and I think we saw that on the vlog
Yeah.
as well. And then this one, no, we're seeing it again in Vietnam. We put on it that we want vegetarian things or chicken things. Very easy to go vegetarian stuff when you're on this side of the world, just because, yeah, you know,
It's pretty safe.
it's pretty safe for us.
But when the spread came out, it was anything but that.
So for lunch, we are having
Oysters, baby lobster, some octopus and shrimp.
But we told them chicken on the thing. We told them vegetarian.
We said vegetarian and chicken. That's what we
Period.
eat. Vegetarian.
When we pass on McDonald's, when we pass, the worst comes to worst, we just hit it up on our way out because I don't see it.
So babe, how you plan to reach the McDonald's? You plan to swim? Because we're not the land. Yo, it's crazy in here.
Everything that we don't eat.
Everything that we just don't eat.
Everything.
And then we were just like,
Chicken?
where's chicken?
And they said I don't sell anything vegetarian and I don't serve any chicken. But they said that they had fish.
So they brought out a
Fish. Yeah.
I'm still not sure what kind of fish it was, but it had scales and it had fins. So, alright. So we were able to eat the fish.
Well, you ate the fish.
Well, I ate the fish.
Yeah.
They brought out rice, we got the fish, some soy sauce, and the rice, and that was it. Oh, and then they brought out an egg.
Because I never wanted the fish, right? Because I don't know, with the food thing, man. I'm not adventurous when it comes to food, guys. I travel to see the place, to learn the stuff, and I'll try food, but especially when I'm hungry, no. So we had rice and egg.
And we should probably explain why we don't eat most of these things, because a lot of people will be thinking, yo, these are like really nice things. Why are you not eating them? Are you allergic? But based on our belief system, the Bible teaches us in Leviticus 11 about the foods that are clean by biblical standards and unclean by biblical standards. Now, whether or not you believe that that has been done away with, I'm sure everybody has their own set of belief systems. We're not trying to start a fight. We're just letting you know that that is why, that is why we don't eat those things, and that's what we believe.
We don't eat the scavengers, okay? Okay, no scavengers around here.
You're so unpolitically correct. Is that even nothing untactful? We don't eat the things that the Bible says you mustn't eat in Leviticus 11.
But those are scavengers, babe.
There are some things that aren't really scavengers that are still included in that, and then there are other things that predispose things to being unclean apart from being scavengers. So there are some things that are not scavengers but are still included in the unclean list.
Oh.
So it's not broad sweeping scavenger, don't eat it.
Oh.
I mean, maybe all the scavengers you don't eat, but you also don't eat everything that is not a scavenger. You get me?
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
So that is why we ended up eating egg and rice and a little piece of this fish.
Hey,
And
I'll
that
go
tasted
on
good.
with that thing about McDonald's because I did one piece of chicken leg.
So we're now at Pearl Island. It's like a resort island, and we're going to get a mud bath because that kind of wild.
they're gonna give us clothes. This part of it is for Zara.
Yo, I am so happy that nobody here will ever see me again. Because I am actively wearing
tights, swim trunks,
Asian sized Speedo boxer shorts. Guys, I have to wrap myself with a towel. I can't do this. What you looking at? Stop looking, I'll show you now. Alright, them set to go in.
So we are going.
First mud bath experience. What are your thoughts, babe?
I love this. Yes.
Honestly, the only reason I found it doable is because I was doing it with you. So like actively doing it with you made it like, you know,
Romantic?
yeah, to a certain extent. But like if I were doing it
because
by myself,
it was warm and it's like I know it's like minerals.
It's like 1 o'clock in the day,
I know it's
guys.
good
the
for your
place is
skin.
hot. I'm just sweating. I'm in there actively sweating.
Xaundre was not made for the soft life, so him don't use the good things, right? Him used to the rigors of going on to sea. This is more my speed, so I loved it, and it just calming and relaxing. I'm gonna know some ambient music I play somewhere, and I just feel like in a one spa, and this is the life I was called to live.
And I was just wondering what is the thing that we are doing. We're not actively doing
Here's Xaundre,
anything.
now. You know, see me I sweat hot.
Hi! SYC fam!
real story of the trip. Our 24 hours of homelessness. Who you see that person? The new subscriber. Hi.
Hi. So we're actually in Nha Trang in Vietnam, and today we're going to be taking a bus. Well, tonight we're going to be taking a bus to Ho Chi Minh City, where we will catch a bus in a few days to go to Cambodia.
Which is Ho Chi Minh City, is another city in Vietnam.
Yeah, it's like the biggest city down in South Vietnam.
Yeah, wear your shoes on.
Man your head, man your head.
Got it.
Should I see the guy when man gear when time you couldn't find me makeup? He was like, well, you try the time you can't go. Sleeper bus. I'm in my pod. Zara and I are in the first 2 pods on the top, what do you call this now? Top story? I don't know what you call it, but yeah, let's pray for a good night. It's supposed to be 12 hours worth of driving, so let's hope this works out well.
So as you come into the pod, you have these LED lights situation. For this section, you have snacks. What is this? This look like tissue. Light. If you put it in sleep mode, turn off the lights. Headphones. Because there you can watch a movie. You have a charging port and stuff. You get a bottle of water, and then you also get a blanket, pillow, and I don't know if this is. I don't know if them give you this for cuddle or what. But you also get this. Zon, what purpose of this? Oh, for stop it from the company. So that's what we're up to. Can I come over here, Rose? Good night.
At 4:15 there about the bus stops and I come off. I go to use the bathroom and then I start coming back on the bus. And then the bus driver just holds me by my shoulder and pulls me off the bus. And I'm so confused. Remember, I just woke up like 3 minutes ago. I'm so confused. You just pulled me off the bus. First of all, my wife is on that bus, so you don't pull me off the bus. I start pushing back onto the bus, and he comes in front of me and he starts pushing me off the bus, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then he's saying things in Vietnamese and like cursing or whatever, but I can't understand Vietnamese. I must know Vietnamese from.
Yeah.
And I'm just so confused at this point. Then I look outside and I realize that everybody who was on the bus, they're all now outside, except Zara. Zara was still in the pod.
So confused.
Yeah, Zara was still in it because I guess most of the other people speak Vietnamese or they knew that we reach where we're going or something, but we were completely out of it.
We just thought it was our other stop and we were just not at our stop yet.
Oh yeah, and that too, because people would come on and come off at different points. So we thought that we just didn't get to the final destination of Ho Chi Minh as yet. And when we got off the bus and we looked, our bags were thrown from under the bus just on the side of the road. They were just there.
And it was at that point where we were like, yo, we are literally homeless.
It's 4:20 a.m. and
we literally just got thrown off the bus.
Quite literally, like they hold you and throw you. Classic Vietnamese hospitality.
Yeah, so it's like after 4. We were told that it would be 11 hours and we'd get here like after 8. So nowhere is open. Our Airbnb don't take a check-in until 3 p.m. We have no plans. Because we were planning that we would come with the daylight, right? So we would find a cafe or something. But it's literally 4 a.m.
It's literally 4 o'clock in the morning. And we stopped on the side of the road, quite literally this time. So the people came and told us to get out of the bus stop that we were staying in because they're getting ready to close. It's 5 a.m. Who closes at 5 a.m.?
I think they're closing at 5 because it's the night bus stop, so now 2 night bus come and them are go home.
Well babe, I tell you what, sun soon come up and it's gonna get real hot real fast. So we need to figure out what we're doing and where we're going. Like, no. When you say home,
it's not fun. We're never coming back to Vietnam. Never, ever.
No, nobody get me come back to
and
Vietnam.
Nobody come to Vietnam. This is an anti-Vietnam campaign. Don't come. They treat people bad. They make you feel like you don't need to be here. It's horrible. Horrible.
I mean, I would still recommend everybody come once in their lifetime just to experience what a society should not be like.
Put your money somewhere else.
I never knew that the worst part of homelessness would be the cigarette smoke. Can't manage it, honestly. So we made it to the apartment that we're supposed to be staying at. Yeah, we're properly in the slums, guys, and them not letting us in.
I mean, it's not that slummy, to be honest. It's not that slummy. It's just not like luxury, like where we're coming from. It's a city. Cities are built up. And I mean, we knew that when we chose a cheaper option, that it would not have been a luxurious stay.
It's the slums. Anyway, we're not complaining about that. The point is, we just now need to go find somewhere to go to wait off the next 8 hours.
What a ride. Honestly, you know, one of the things about travel is that you get to experience the good parts of a country, or the good parts of travel, or countries that give you a good experience, and you also get to experience the bad. And I mean, this morning was a hell of a time. Honestly, it's been a day and a half, and it is just what time? It's just 12 o'clock, but we are finally in. This is the apartment.
Showered. Zara is asleep. But what I can say is that we feel like brand new people. She's asleep. But getting a shower after having been homeless for a night and just having a bed, yo, I'm eternally grateful, guys. When me tell you, like, I'm sorry for people who are homeless and who just, you know, really have it hard. And we had money in our pockets, you know, so we could go to different coffee shops and so on. We can pay to be there, we can, you know. So I'm just saying that if travel never taught us anything, it surely humbled us and showed us that we're not so far from homelessness, and we really have to, you know, have compassion towards people who are having it hard. Yo, that was actively the craziest experience of my life. I walked about 2 miles into the town. Let me tell you, say, those streets are the craziest streets to cross. Everybody is just coming from left, right, and them not stop and them not slow down. And everybody who I ask if there's somewhere that can print, everybody's like, no, 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 no. So I bust the corner, and you know, everybody's staring at you like, first of all, there are a million like coffee shops and stuff. Like the place came alive, babe. I know it didn't look like that when you were out there, but the place came alive. Everybody was actively like staring at me. And then I came around the corner, and there was this group of children, maybe about 10 or 15 of them, and all of them just look for me. So
Because you're weird.
because I'm weird, I'm black. So then I start walking around them and just pretend like I don't see them. And then I just hear them saying, sir, sir, sir. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
They
So I
talk
turn around
English.
and I'm just like, hi. And they're like, hi. And all of them come giving me high fives. And I'm just like, great. And they're like, where are you from? Where are you from? I'm like, Jamaica. One guy goes, I know Jamaica. And I really say, yes, it's far. I'm like, yes. I'm like, by the way, do you know where I can get something photocopied? They go, no. And one guy goes, yes, down there. Come, let me show you. And then he walked
These
me.
are kids or like
These are
teenagers?
like teenagers, like 13, 14, like lower high school.
Yeah.
And then he goes, come, let me bring you. And then he literally walked me, like he could have held my hand if he needed to. He literally walked me through the crowd, through the bike, then through everything, and brought me down to the photocopy shop and said, this is it right here. It's just like, man, you saved a life.
You go back to Vietnam?
No. I'm sorry, no. I have no intention to go back to Vietnam. Unless there is something specific happening in Vietnam and somebody invites me to it, then I would go to that thing. But I wouldn't take up myself and go to visit Vietnam again. Some things are once in a lifetime for a reason.
Yeah,
You know?
and when we say to people who've had a good experience in Vietnam, they're like, oh my gosh, we're sorry you never went to the right places, blah, blah, blah. But we've been to enough places to know that the warmth and the welcome that we feel, it crosses language barriers, and we've gotten that in every other country
Literally.
except Vietnam. So it's a no from me too. So that was the Vietnam story time. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time
On Adventures of XYZ. Bye guys.